I'd like to take this privilege of introducing Dr. Preeti Uday. She is another leading oculoplasty surgeon from Chennai. She is the medical director and consultant oculoplasty surgeon of DRR Eye Care and Oculoplasty Hospital, Chennai. And she's a visiting consultant to numerous hospitals. And we will be happy to hear her words of wisdom. Dr. Preeti, a very warm welcome to this ARC session.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sinha, and good evening to all of you. At the outset, I'd like to thank Dr. Chitra and the ARC team for this wonderful webinar and the opportunity. I'll be speaking on optimal rehabilitation post-severe orbital trauma. So whenever we have trauma, severe orbital trauma like this, where the orbit is shattered, many a times the patient loses that eye because of open globe injury and phthisis. Now, in these cases, usually rehabilitation is done by socket reconstruction, which is very much inadequate. Now, these are the patients who are severely devastated by the whole episode, and they have a long life to lead, and they need an appropriate cosmetic rehabilitation. Most of the time, what I see is the surgeon is comfortable doing the floor repair. They are comfortable with the zygoma, but what is left behind is the naso-orbito-ethmoid complex, because this is a complex surgery, and most of the time this area is left behind, which leads to this kind of a deformity. You can see that if you just use the processes in these patients, they will have the processes displaced outwards and downwards with poor cosmesis. Now, a similar patient like this who had 4 surgeries done elsewhere, you can see the socket is done well, the conformer is getting retained, but again the socket is down and out, and he will not have an appropriate cosmesis because this NOE area, that is the naso-orbito-ethmoid area, and the telecanthus is not handled. Now, coming to the NOE fractures, the problem fractures are the type 3 fractures where you have comminuted fractures and you have avulsion of the medial canthal tendon. In these cases, in acute setting, we are able to reconstruct the entire complex well with plates as well as transnasal wiring. But when you have secondary rehabilitation or secondary reconstruction, which is a common situation in which the patient comes to an oculoplastic consultant, what we are left with is only bone grafts like this, wherever the bone is deficit, like this bone graft on the dorsum nasum, dorsum of the nasal cavity. Or if there is an excess bone like this, where there is bony callus or malunited fracture, you need to remove this bony callus and then cause the reconstruction. So we present this, I'm going to present this patient who is a 26-year-old gentleman who had a loss of eye because of open globe injury. He has a total ptosis as well as a telecanthus. Now the CT scan showed a severe NOE fracture involving the frontal bone also, as well as the floor of the orbit. Now in these cases, it is important to take an ENT consult before doing the surgery because they can have chronic sinusitis which can infect your implants. And also in some cases where there is a cribriform fracture, you need to take a neurosurgeon opinion before you go ahead with the surgery. Now this is a 3D printed skull model of this patient. We planned the surgery, we have removed this excess of bone, and we have pre-contoured a mesh onto this area, which will help us correct the telecanthus. And we will use a second implant for the floor as well as the medial wall. Now here I have used navigation to help us symmetrize the bony orbits. So what we do is the normal orbit is mirrored onto the abnormal orbit. And this mirrored image we then use as a template for reconstruction with real-time guidance during surgery. So here the patient has already had the telecanthus mesh in place. This is the second mesh that I am putting for the floor and the medial wall. Once the mesh is in appropriate position, we use this navigation pointer to see if the implant is in position in real time on the available CT scan of the patient. Once you're happy with that, you finalize the implant suture screws. And then here I'm anchoring the medial canthal tendon tissues to the mesh that we have already fixed. You can see the eye tracker here of the navigation. Now, post-operatively, you can see that the bony orbit is well reconstructed, it is symmetrized, and the 2 implants are in place just as planned pre-operatively. And we have also done the ptosis correction in the same sitting, and the patient has good cosmetic outcome. He does have a little volume deficit, which you can correct with a ball implant later. Similar patient, displaced prosthesis, who came to us from Bihar. He had 4 surgeries in the past. He had bone implants, and you can see all the bone is resorbed and there is no floor and medial wall. And he had a loss of soft tissue because of recurrent surgeries. We have used the floor and medial wall implant as well as dermis fat graft to reconstruct his soft tissue along with the bony reconstruction, and he has a reasonably improved cosmesis. So my take-home message today from this talk is that bony reconstruction should be done along with soft tissue reconstruction for optimal cosmetic rehabilitation. And naso or ethmoido-orbital complex, that is the NOE complex, should be addressed when affected. And telecanthus repair is essential in type 3 NOE fractures, especially when it is a one-eyed patient. They do not agree for a transnasal wiring or any manipulation of the other eye. And therefore, use of this kind of a mesh after a DCT would be useful. Thank you.
Thank you. Chitra ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Preeti. That was, the results are like really awesome. Dr. Milind, do you have anything to comment on this?
Dr. Preeti, that was a wonderful surgery. I think I was on a mute, so I couldn't come in.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Preeti,
Yes.
do you have any bone grafts or implants for the nasal bridge at the same time that you do?
No,
Do
this
you
patient
combine?
have a depressed nasal bridge. Otherwise, we prefer to use RIP as a bone graft for the dorsal. But in this patient, we haven't done.
One thing I'd like to emphasize is please involve the other specialty people also. Often we try to do it ourselves. It may not be very effective. Like as Preeti was mentioning, I think we should also take the help of the other specialty consultants in order to achieve the best outcomes.
Thank you, Dr. Usha.